Alright, today we're playing some free-to-play in customs. I've been playing quite a bit of free-to-play since the update. I'm not sure why, sometimes I just get the bug for it and you know, it definitely does change the game quite significantly when you play free-to-play only. And I do often get stuck in a rut playing the same units over and over when you have access to everything. So free-to-play definitely does have some strong units, of course. Things like skunk, deer, a lot of the best stuff from Turtle is still good. However, it is massively behind in terms of experience generation. So if you have all the packs unlocked, you have tons of options of ways to rapidly level your pets. And free-to-play just doesn't have that. Because, of course, the people who pay also have access to all the free-to-play stuff on top. So we're going to have to try and make the best of a bad situation here. And the way we're going to do that, as I actually make a mistake there, that wasn't supposed to be a combine on the Swan, but that's the risk you take when you're playing on the phone. So yeah, I wanted to try and utilize a perk that is free to play that almost no one uses. I guess you do sometimes see people randomly have it if they are using Radish, which can, randomly pick this particular perk out of thin air on certain pets, and that is the Fortune Cookie. So Fortune Cookie is kind of, I'm pretty sure Fortune Cookie is a favorite of the developers. And when it was first introduced, I think they were a little bit puzzled as to why people didn't like it. The way it works is that every time a pet with Fortune Cookie attacks, it has a 50% chance to do a critical hit, so double damage. And I think in some of the developer messages in the past, they've explained that they enjoy that type of mechanic, it adds randomness, as we find the first Fortune Cookie here. But I guess from a competitive point of view, having that coin flip baked in isn't great. Although, to be honest, I'm not sure too many people are playing serious competitive 1v1 in customs, although maybe there are more than there used to be. Anyway, I really wanted to have a team with multiple Fortune Cookies on it, and we're just going to play Bison for a change. And Armadillo, two free-to-play units that I virtually never use. I guess Armadillo has been in a few videos because it does have kind of a unique effect. And the goal here is for the Lynx to delete some units. Not going to happen against a team this size. Lynx should delete some units, and then the Armadillo is going to give us more health overall than them as a result. And then hopefully the critical hits take care of the rest. Now, oftentimes that's not going to happen. There are going to be rounds where the Fortune Cookie doesn't do anything. But then there are also going to be rounds where it hits for a critical hit many times in a row. So here's 3 in a row there. 4, 5. 5 critical hits there out of 7 or 8 attacks. Which is, I guess, slightly better than average. But yeah, the extra health from the Armadillo means that we don't technically need to scale as much attack, as we do a lot of damage to Swift's team here. Actually, would be interesting to know if it's possible to see the critical hit animation when attacking the coconut crab there. I don't know if it's automatically not a critical hit when they have coconut. But actually something else about Fortune Cookie is that there used to be a specific sound effect for it. With Fortune Cookie or Monty, if you got the extra damage, there would be a loud sound effect so that you knew that the critical hit had gone off. But that seems to have been removed in a recent update. Not exactly sure why, but you can still visually confirm when the critical hit happens, as the opposing eggplant moves the tiger behind the bison, which isn't going to do anything. But yeah, we got a ton of critical hits there. So just one more victory needed, and we're never going to find 3 Fortune Cookies in one turn here. We do get one of them, and the level 3 tiger. But yeah, you can see at this point that I probably should have spent previous turns just looking for the fortune cookies if I wanted a full team. But look at this round, a victory where we didn't lose a single pet because the sheer amount of damage from the lynx allowed the bison to clean up. So now we're going to go one step further. We're going to try and get another team where we have a fortune cookie on all 5 pets. Shouldn't be too difficult, I guess, as we face Fanboy Ochi here, or Ochi, I don't know how you pronounce it, playing a team that I think was inspired by a RevGT video, which I'll link in the description. So we get a level up on the swan, and we can replace the fish to make sure that the swan and farmer chicken get the buffs from the penguin next turn. I think farmer chicken kind of exemplifies why free-to-play is, still lagging quite far behind. There are quite a lot of, although there are good units in free-to-play, there are a lot of free-to-play pets like farmer chicken, like what else? Tarantula hawk. There are quite a lot of them that just don't stack up against the paid pets. And yeah, they definitely could do with a bit of an adjustment. There was actually something on the test server not too long ago that I thought was an interesting idea. There were 2 pets on the test server whose abilities were dependent on the contents of the pack. It was Tanistrophius and I forget what the other one was. They both ended up getting removed before the update came out. Oh yeah, the other one was the rainbow jelly. It wasn't a pet. But both of them worked based on the contents of your pack. So the abilities would only go off if your pack satisfied certain conditions. And it does make me wonder if there could be some pets or foods added whose abilities only work or are better if your entire pack is free to play pets. I think that would just make a lot more sense, because at the moment, the way the pack building system works, there's just no way that a free-to-play pack can ever be better than a sensibly built, or better than or equal to a sensibly built custom pack when you have access to more than just turtle. So yeah, let me know in the comments if you have any other ideas on that front. There must be a way to solve that particular dilemma. Because I think even if the free-to-play exclusives like Farmer Chicken get buffed, that's not going to be enough for free-to-play to be on a level playing field with everyone else. Now I think that's 2 rounds in a row that we've lost because we didn't get the crit on the right attack. And taking the boar here to benefit from the cuckoo. It is always going to be a risk when you're playing non-defensive equipment on your entire team. But we do get a critical hit there. And it's kind of funny seeing the 1-1 cuckoo chicks getting hit for 52 damage. Are we going to be alright here? I think the hippo is going to get brought to the front. Yeah, that was an incredible success rate from the swan, and we actually win. And I guess that's what the developers meant when, they were talking about this being a fun mechanic, where you get these rare sequences of critical hits one after the other. It definitely is very satisfying. And here we don't get the crit there, but we do knock out the skunk straight through the white ochre. So that's another win off the back of the successful crits. So level 2 boar, and I'm just saving the fortune cookie because I don't want to have penguin in the final team. No offense to Haps, but I want the armadillo once more to maximize our chances of getting multiple crits. Here the tortoise takes 3 hits and none of them are crits, which is pretty good luck on their part, but I don't think the rest of their team is going to have the same luck. No. If I had more time, I would put a counter up on screen showing just how many critical hits we've had so far, but I deliberately picked this run because I don't have much time today. Unfortunately, the pizza hits the penguin there, which is going to be sold next turn. And I think we're in pretty good shape here. Yeah, the boar ends up doing 100 damage to 2 of the cuckoo chicks, one after the other. Not often you get to see the cuckoo actually summon that many units, especially since this one's only level 2. Imagine if it had been level 3, we could have had even more there. But we get the fortune cookie and the level 2.33 armadillo. Now this is a pretty strong looking team with a lot of different powerful pay-to-win trumpet units. Thankfully they don't have mushroom on the Nyala there. So that gives us a chance here for the critical hit through the melon, and we get it. So yeah, I think the only way we were going to beat that team was with a stroke of luck from the fortune cookie, and it delivered big time.